Welcome everybody to race 10, the sprint race at Italy. And I am joined once again by Album Outlaw. I'm going to send the stream to the chat just so everyone can watch. And yeah. Okay, so.
As the cars load into the grid for the second race here at Monza.
CJ Pants will start on in first because of him being 8th. So he'll be joined by GSR Reen on the front row. So So it should be an interesting one. As there is a formation lap, we'll go over the ones to watch. What are you gonna say quickly before we go over the ones to watch?
I was going to say we got 3 extra drivers for this race. We got Hellcat, Joseph, and JB joining for the sprint race.
And they could probably mix things up starting from the back. All right, so here are my ones to watch here. I think Ozone Tech has clearly been one of the fastest, or if not the fastest here today, and showed that in the feature race. Won on track, but didn't win because of penalties. And Trickish Pluto has won that race. So obviously they need to charge their way through the field. I think Ozone Tech is going to be one to watch. He will have to charge his way through the field. And I think the other one to watch is his teammate in the Ferrari, CCX Hellcat. Thing is about him, it's crazy enough in this situation that Hellcat is going to be passed most likely in second for the championship. Depending on how things go, he needs to keep that gap in second for the championship, or else, ooh, they're checking up here. He needs to keep that gap in second for the championship, or else it's not going to help the team of Ferrari, and it's not going to help the team of his to be second in the championship, and to maintain that gap over Rapid and everyone else. All right, who are your two, Bama?
My 2 today, or for this sprint race, my first one's going to be GSR Hamilton.
Make sure I
feel like just because he lost the lead on the final lap through Ascari, and I think he's going to be looking for revenge for this race. He's going to be wanting to get back on that podium, but at the top spot. And I don't know what just happened.
They're crashing.
They just crashed. What in the world? I just saw that. But regardless, I think Hamilton's going to be on a. He's going to want some revenge for this race. My second guy, I think I want to look at Geekspan. I want to see if he can get a good start. And just because he's starting up here, like, he's got a better start than he normally would. I think maybe he can hold up in the top few spots for a few laps, see if maybe he could build a gap and just break free, see if he could have some pace in this race. I'm not sure, but it'll be interesting to see how this start goes.
And we do see rain starting to fall now, because in Italy, it is light raindrops starting to fall. So light rain is coming faster than expected, and I think the mediums are gonna be the best tire as of right now. It's such an unknown what we're gonna see, because it is supposed to rain within the next 15 minutes, and it's supposed to be light rain. So we're gonna see what that rain turns into. Will it turn into a great race, or will it turn into a boring race, like the usual rain does turn into on F1 2019? You just are uncertain of what could happen with that rain. Could it be a good race? Could it be a bad race? We'll just see in the sprint race. Here we go for the lights out. They rev it up. And it's lights out, and away we go. GSR Reen got a better start there, and it's going to get off the line perfectly and be side by side and ahead of CJ Pants as they're going to slipstream heading into turn 1. Going to be careful of the braking points. Someone going in the grass there off to the side, but keeping it very clean so far. Joseph at the back, I believe he's not spun around, but he's been involved in something here, or at least close to something. And these drivers, Hellcat getting passed by OPC Patriot and gaining off the start. Let's see how this goes. The front 5, the front 6 are very close here. Riles already up to P4. And CJ Pants going wild.
Very impressed that there was not a lot of contact with that first corner. I'm very clean. Very impressed.
And that was probably better than the feature race, to be honest. So obviously that's something great to see. Especially the different compounds.
Oh, he got a spinner. Both a Renault and a
two people.
Alpha.
Oh, there's been a massive crash at the back.
Oh, there's rapids in it.
Oh, I apologize. We weren't looking at that.
JB has damage. Possible.
Part of that. Dark Raptor and Hamilton again.
Hamilton passes Raptor.
Yeah, Hamilton fell back off the start, and so did GSR Reen. They've got to be careful here. Coming out of the Scari.
He's getting loose.
Pass lead between CJ Pants and Dexfan. Dexfan texted me, and he said, I'm getting a podium this race, and you guarantee he's going to go for it.
Oh,
CJ Pants going wide. Ooh. into a scar parabolica.
Disconnect?
I don't know.
That was a very odd. Riles to the lead!
Oh boy! And here comes DexFan back at it as it is starting to rain. Fastest lap already. Ozone Tech gonna take advantage of this too. Riles, after winning the championship, can he do it? Can he get that win that he wanted? He started from P4. He's gonna have to hold this guy's
cherry
off.
on top.
Definitely. F1 Boy and Patriot will have to see why they DNF'd or whatever, but both DNF'd in the last race. F1 Boy has left the session. 2 consecutive DNFs for them. Hamilton,
Both
close to
Ozone
Davis.
and Riles up 4 and 5 positions.
Ooh.
While Panza's lost 10.
Dark Raptor and Hellcat nearly collided, but Hellcat already up to 8th there from P15.
We have 2 medium runners this race as well as Pluto and Ozone on the mediums. That in this rain, they're going to be able to stay out a little bit longer, I believe. Just because of the harder compound.
And it is starting to rain. Not enough for Inters, but who will be the first driver to go to Inters? That's my question. DexFan still holding on to a podium position from GSR Reen right here. GSR Reen, one of the best defenders I think I've ever seen that actually can keep a position, surprisingly. Whether it's clean or not. Still holds a position. Davis!
Yeah.
Davis!
Oh.
Ooh! Oh, it collided
he
with
hits
Pluto!
the back of Pluto! He spun in Parabolica!
That was his own
he's out of
mistake
the way.
there, but oh my goodness. Thrasher.
Here comes
Patrick
JB,
gets
don't
win.
hit him? Okay.
And the rain is starting to fall much
Riles
harder. You can,
passes
CJ Pants has been spun. Oh man. This is the first rain race.
He's got wing damage and
ARL.
it's big.
2 McLarens going wheel to wheel in turn 1. Side by side. Reen is going to get the advantage.
No, just a little bit. Keeping it clean.
Woo. This has got to be nerve-wracking DW. Speeding in the pit lane for CJ Pants.
Riles has already built up about a 2-second gap to Ozone.
Surprised,
He's trying to distance himself.
Surprised, but the first driver to Inters is CJ Pants. Davis to mediums.
CJ Pants trying to get a jump maybe
And DexFan
on these
has
guys. I don't know if it's wet enough though.
I don't think so. No, until DRS is disabled, I would say so. But obviously, we know how it is. Whoa, Hamilton running in the back of DexFan there. He's got to be careful on his moves and where he's going to go because that could have easily costed him some damage.
Got a yellow in sector 1.
And that's Davis. Yeah, those mediums did not really work out too well. Yeah, that gap between Ozone and Ryle is still staying the same. So, who's going to make the move to Inters? Is it even going to be enough for Inters?
Hamilton
That's my
might have a
question.
move on Deeks. Down the straight.
Yep,
With DRS.
is still
He has
enabled.
barely any ERS though.
Davis, 10-second time
Deeks
penalty for exceeding
also
check
doesn't have
limits.
any. He does complete the pass.
Turkish and Ryan heading into turn 1. Pluto picking up a penalty. That's something he picked up last race, but he didn't pick up enough.
That's something he was good with last race. He was trying to minimize his penalties, and that's what won him the race.
That is. And that is something smart right here. Obviously, I've seen a lot of races won on penalties, especially at this type of track. Hamilton with a penalty there through turn 4.
Joseph and JB are battling into the chicane.
JB cuts it.
Both kind of, yeah.
Yeah, let's check CJ Pants' time to wrap it here in the Inters. It's not the best. No, it's not even meant for Inters yet, at least from what it's showing. I don't know if it's going to help, though, but if it does, I'll be shocked.
Riles has gained about half a second on Ozone
Ryan.
now.
Yeah, so Riles still...
Now Hamilton's right on the back of Ozone. Thinking about Parabolica, trying to make a very bold move. He does on the outside.
Is it going to work, though? Davis is retired.
Davis wrecks out.
Out of the way of the
cross
other
him up.
drivers. DRS is still enabled.
Give a bit of a block.
Oh,
it's going
no
to get good
room
down here.
being given
He
here.
makes a little bit of contact.
Do you remember Alonso and Vettel not giving any room back in 2012 and 11? Well, I sure do, because look at this.
Good pass.
These drivers not giving an inch. Especially after last race. I will
Not
look at the clips
whatsoever.
after the race, and they will be sent to the chat, hopefully, so we could see who is at fault for incidents. But 2.2 seconds now. Riles, you know, he's got to extend
Another
that
yellow.
gap, and there's been a crash.
It's a Williams.
Trevi. And that rain is pouring down a little bit harder, but I don't think it's enough for Inters. It needs to rain just a little bit harder.
Not yet. Mhm. Ozone now is on the back of Hamilton still. CJ Panther tires.
And 4 drivers already out of the
Not
race
sure
in what
where.
conditions, but 5-car train here for P3 or actually P2.
Oh, you're tired of ASCAR. He's on track, but he's kind of to the side.
Yeah, it's not really going to affect him unless they get sideways out of Ascari. I don't think they will. Or at least try and move. It may affect them. I don't know how it will. Remember,
Red
8
Bull
drivers
went
get points
right.
in this race, so obviously Dark Raptor in that last points position. So Trickish is still close to Dexfan. Dexfan is not within DRS this time. So that's going to hurt him. Ozone not within DRS either. And GSR Rain is within DRS and gaining on Ozone Tech heading into turn 1.
He's gonna think about the outside. Is she gonna do it?
Could she steal podium going wide
Kinda
though?
cuts the track over
Time
the
penalty.
bumps. 3-second time
I
penalty.
think that's her
As
second.
well as Pluto going over the bumps.
That is her
He missed-
second.
It might be. I think it might be getting slicker out there. They're missing their braking points at turn 1. It might be getting to that point where they need to go
Yeah,
on.
Hellcat gets a penalty too.
Close.
Thrasher, another penalty too.
Thrasher with a 5-second.
Yeah, this is really.
And they're missing their marks now. Riles is just having fun out in the lead right now. It's got 5. ERS turned up to 5 with 74%. We get someone. Rapping got a little bit loose out of Ascari.
Rabbit back there, 13th, not having the best of races, but you know, if the safety car was still on, which it isn't, obviously if the safety car was on, he could have easily maybe got a points position out of it.
So in the driver's point of view from this right now, you see the rain coming a little bit. You're wondering, all right, well, my pit stop's coming up. Do I go for mediums if you're a soft runner, or do I go for inters and prepare for that rain? It's a big decision you got to make. As we see Ozone off the track at Parabolica.
Oh wow, I didn't even mention
I'm
that.
not sure what happened to him.
Pits for Dark Raptor. What is he
He's
going to do?
pitting this time.
Ozone
As
pitting.
long as Dark Raptor.
What are these guys going to do? JB, Trevi, and Joseph. This is the battle for right now. P7. 3 wide. Who will take it 3 wide? JB.
Three
Can he
cars
do
here.
it?
Is JB going to make it happen?
Double
He gets
overtake.
Ron Williams
JB
now
down the
going for
inside.
Mercedes.
JB is going to
Very
double
off.
overtake
Great
them. Wow.
move.
And I will tell you
Up to
right now,
7.
from a NASCAR driver
We
coming
got
to
one
F1,
inter-runner, Dark Raptor.
from a NASCAR driver coming to
gonna try it.
F1, that is great. That is just great. A double overtake like that was amazing by JB Smooth. Amazing. Absolutely great. Trevi does go wide.
We got a yellow in Sector 1. It looks like Raptor may have been slow with the inters. Ozone went to hards. Rapids out. In Ascari.
And
See if
Hellcat
he's on the
is
middle of the
next
track. I don't believe he
See
is.
how it goes. Rapids
Yeah,
not.
on the side.
Pluto gets a penalty for going wide. Maybe trying to miss it. I'm not sure.
Looks like we got the top 6 kind of spread out now, all within about 1 second to a 2-second gap within each other. Then you drop back to JB. But we got Riles in the pits.
And a lot of drivers having to go slower, for sure, because of how much it's raining. I think
Will Riles go
I
to
think Inters.
Inters?
I think Inters is the right choice now. I think it is. They have to go for Inters. at this
Inters are
point.
going on the racing point.
Oh, and Rain goes wide in turn 1. Doesn't pick up a penalty this time, but stays ahead of Pluto. Yeah, these drivers cannot stay out any longer.
Another yellow in Sector 3.
Who's going to get the advantage out of this? Who's
Ozone's slow on track.
Who's going to take advantage? That's my question.
Oh, man. I think Riles is in the catbird seat. He got the Inters on that lap, and now the rain's coming. Everyone who's in front of him is not on Inters. They're going to all have to pit. They're going to be losing time all the way to the pit road.
Who's going to take advantage of this out of the top 3, though? Because, I mean, Pluto is going to be much slower. Hamilton's going to be much slower, but Riles pitted. Dexfan on mediums, though. Dark Raptor, he pitted. Hellcat pitted. Who's going to take advantage of this and get a podium? Ozone speeding.
5-second. JB up to 4th. Nice, he's been in this race. Ozone's out. I believe he may have just decided to retire. Yep, he retired in the pits.
So 11 drivers left in this race. I think Ozone wasn't too happy with that, but Trickish is gaining on Reen, and I'm sure Reen will pick this lap, but Hamilton still stays in the lead. And the thing is, yeah, I think he's pitting. Yep, he is. He has to. Reen,
everyone in the top 6 should
not
pit right
pitting
here.
Because teammates.
What?
That doesn't help.
Oh, that is true. As well as the racing point of Pluto.
Yeah. My question is, considering it has rained, do they have to pit? That's the question. That's my question.
Hamilton's
Reen running wide at turn 1 again.
Coming in.
Again, and getting another penalty.
That's not helping her. Joseph follows JB into
Riles taking the lead out of this.
Coming out in front of... Yep.
Yeah, from the people who pitted. Yeah. X-Fan gets
now
by
you
Hamilton.
gotta wonder, well, Riles has to have this rain just keep coming. But if it stops, he's going to be out on dead inner tires, and that's going to be very, very bad.
Oh, sideways Jason Hamilton and Dex-Fan. Dex-Fan getting passed by Hamilton.
Oh.
And Dex-Fan is on the medium,
close.
so this is not helping Dex-Fan.
Ozone left the session, but he had already retired. Now we only have one soft winner rep, and that is Rain, who is now... She has to make a decision this lap, I believe.
Just look at how much Riles is gaining on the front two. Anyway, it's just so much. You can't do nothing about it. Dex-Fan's going to be passed by Dark Raptor here soon. But my question is, can Dark Raptor take a podium out of this? That would be very special. You know, Dark Raptor led his first laps in league racing last week, I believe. It was rather last week or Austria, but Dark Raptor don't know where to go.
He's trying to pass Dex-Fan. Oh, will he make it in the Ascar? That'll be so bold. He made it happen. Sorry for the delayed commentary there, but he does.
Hellcat getting by Dex-Fan. And
Riles
Trickish Pluto
to
pitting.
the lead.
Dark Raptor is going to get the advantage out of this, though. Is he going to be in a podium contention spot? You know, Dark Raptor, I've mentioned, he came from a URA and wasn't one of the best drivers. He's got some points finishes from there, but that's really about it. That's where his high moments were, and that's where his best moments were. Dark Raptor's currently running P3 right now to this.
He does. He's in 3rd place.
I always said, I thought heading into this race, someone's going to be in bid. Someone's going to take advantage of the rain, and someone's going to get the advantage off of this, and someone is actually going to take the advantage, and then maybe get a podium, and Dark Raptor could be that person.
Has seized that opportunity completely.
Yes, guaranteed. I can guarantee that. Now, penalties will matter.
Joseph kind of slowed through that. JB up to 7th. Dex-Fan still on the mediums. He's going to have to pit soon, I believe. I'm going to check penalties.
Just responding to something.
Riles, no penalties.
There's
no warnings or penalties for Riles.
I gotta say, an impressive run too for JB Smooth. P6 right now. That is very impressive. He's gotten away from that.
Hamilton has 1 penalty. Raptor, no penalties. Rain, 9. Hellcat, 8. Well, 5 second. I don't know if he served a 5 second in pit room, but presumably 8. JB, 6. Dex-Fan, 3. Joseph, 3, and so on.
Joseph and Pluto racing side by side, hanging into us. I'm sorry. Oh my God, Parabolica.
Is he gonna get it?
And is he gonna get?
He
Dex-Fan?
does. He makes the overtake, and he could get Dex-Fan. That is, oh my goodness, a double overtake through Parabolica.
And Hellcat gaining on Rain. Rain gaining on Dark Raptor. Remember, Rain has penalties and so does Hellcat. So Dark Raptor could get his first podium in league racing out of this. This would be an amazing story.
He could get a second. He could get. Well, actually, never mind. I was stupid. I read that wrong. But regardless, Dex-Fan onto the inners finally. That costed him being out on those mediums for so long. He was in P4 for up to lap 5, I believe. He was doing well. Now we got Rain on the bumper of Raptor. Oh, Raptor's disconnected. Never mind, he's just lagging. The X came up. but he's still within 5/10 of Raptor. She wants to get a podium. I'm not sure if it'd be. She's going to try to go through Ascar and make the move.
Oh, making the
Puts
move.
track.
Contact.
They
Oh,
make
no.
contact. They're still touching. There had to have been some damage there. I don't think I saw anything fly off, but that was just a lot of bumping and banging.
Yeah, I don't see any damage from any of the drivers, but Trix Pluto does pick up a penalty.
Hellcat
Rouse
around Raptor now.
is coming to 2 laps to go this time and has passed that now. So, oh boy, and Reen does not get an exit, but 3-car battle for the podium, at least on track. Dark Raptor might get this off the penalties.
It's going to get close and tight.
3 wide, are they going to try it? They're going to try it. 3 wide almost. And contact between Reen and Raptor.
Oh, they're going to...
Oh, Reen going wide
because of McLaren a little bit.
Oh,
he misses the corner.
Wide. Dark Raptor will he get a penalty for it?
Hellcat
He
makes
will.
the corner. Will pass both of them. Raptor with a 3-second. There. Oh, the podium.
And remember,
The dream
Hellcat had
may
a
have
5-second
went
penalty.
away
Did he
there.
serve it, though? That's the question. That might be something that might come up later. Who knows? Raptor
is
sideways.
true.
Raptor into the wall.
Oh,
Does have
Raptor.
damage. That'll be jinxing.
Oh, no. We did. Contours first. He might... Do you think he'd have to pit with that end plate?
I don't know. He might keep up for 5th if he keeps it up.
If so, JB will be in the catbird seat.
And I will tell you, GSR Reen here. Let me check the penalties.
Yellow in
2
sector
penalties
2.
in 3 seconds.
Oh, we
so...
got a Mercedes and a Williams around in the chicane.
Oh, now Torosso has to avoid that.
Thrasher.
Joseph and Trevi
Trevi's
involved.
still trying to get his car around.
Rouse coming to the final lap this time. This has been one chaotic one, I'll tell you that. Some great moves in this one. Dark Raptor sideways off of Ascari. Dark Raptor losing a chance at possible top 5. And can JB's move take that over? Can Pluto come back at that?
Pluto is coming. I don't know who has the least amount of penalties here. But Rawls basically on a victory lap here, just so far ahead of 2nd. Already won the championship, and now he's gonna more than likely win this race. Just put a little cherry on top of his milkshake. Just great day for him.
Definitely. And Rawls definitely deserves it. Trickish Pluto on JB's move now. Dexfan does pick up a penalty. Oh, missing the brakes almost. Oh, JB's move penalty there.
JB with a 5-second. That's gonna be costly. Rain is still within about a 2nd of Hellcat.
And I think we're lucky we didn't race any later because rain could have been much, much worse as it has shown right now. But Ryle's heading to Ascari this time.
If we were to give a driver of the day, I might give it to Hellcat. Up 12 positions from where he started in 15th place, up to get this podium position of 3rd. He's done very, very well of grabbing all of those positions.
Now my question is, will the 5-second count, or what, does he have the 5 seconds still? Does he? But Riles off of Parabolica this time. Riles, his 5th win of the season after taking the championship. He is on top one more time and heading into 3 races left. How many more wins does he get?
Followed by his
and
the Ferrari of
P3. What is it gonna be?
Fosi will be proud of this podium.
If he can hold it off that 5 seconds, unserved 5 seconds.
Let's
No,
see
I
if
don't think
Rain
so. No, Dr. Raptor's gonna get 5th or 4th.
Raptor, 5th place. Pluto passed JB somewhere. I don't believe we saw that. Like, he keeps it. JB, another unserved 5-second.
I want to say
come into play though.
Dark Raptor, his best finish in league racing, tying
He got
again.
4th.
Hellcat, I want to say another podium for him. This is helping him get 2nd.
Thrasher got JB.
And Thrasher does get ahead of JB and Joseph. P9. Trevi is going to get Dexfan here maybe for the P10, but JB gets the last points position, so wow.
Decent debut for JB, grabbing that final point spot. That was a decent race. I don't think that topped the first race though.
No, definitely not.
First race was a very good opener, but still pretty intriguing race with the rain coming in, having all those decisions have been made. Here we see the podium of Riles and Hamilton.
Riles,
I said that in the wrong order, but who cares?
I've got to say, Wells, no matter what the situation is, no matter if it's raining, whatever it is, but I've gotta say, he always finds a way in these races to just capitalize or get a better result than what he would have been. Those two races, he got more luckier than he probably should have been, and in the rain conditions, he going at the right time. He definitely did for sure. So we'll go through the results. We'll interview him one more time. We'll see if you have. So that race was probably better than a few races for sure. I gotta say, but obviously, if you're still watching the stream and you are in the lobby, make sure you send in any clips from that race. I've not seen any clips yet, but yeah, I've gotta say, it was pretty interesting. Okay. Everyone, clips from Italy go here. So, tomorrow is Italy Tier 1 at 5 p.m. UK, 12 p.m. Eastern. Same time as always. And I've got to say for sure that I'll tell you right now, oh boy, if you know, even if we see rain tomorrow or not, I think that was still a good race, regardless of the rain or not. I don't know if the rain was more separate, I'd say, but still, we saw some great overtakes and we saw some stuff that we probably wouldn't have seen in any other leagues with the rain, because the rain doesn't really help in some leagues, I'll tell you that. What I've got to say though is that was a pretty good race, especially considering the rain and whatnot happened, but both races were good. I think you can agree, Bama. I think you got to be happy about Ross getting that championship race.
I had such a great time commentating. Thank you for having me join. I loved every second.
Yes, I'm glad you got to commentate again. But I've got to say, tomorrow, Italy, Tier 1, 12 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. UK. And next week, we go to Germany for another track with this European weather. What can we see from the European weather? Will we see any rain, last-minute rain? What will we see? Obviously, anything can change in just a split second of that rain. Obviously, oh my goodness, you don't know what could happen. But I think a lot of drivers preferred that they didn't put in a wet setup. I don't know how it affected any of them if they did put in a wet setup. But either way, whew, I gotta say, that was a good one. And I don't know how you would rate that race, but that first
I'd give
race
that
was
an 8 or 9. That was beautiful racing for both of those, sprint and the feature race. It was rather stellar to see those drivers battling lap in, lap out for the lead, even with Hamilton and Ozone on the first race, and then Riles just showing his dominance like he's done so far this season in the sprint race, and just taking that first place on the first lap, if I'm correct, from Beeks fan, and then just driving away with it. It was very, very impressive to see. For sure. Now I'll be agreeing to him, who his first start in Tier 2, he actually finished P2 twice, if I'm correct. So GSR Hamilton has joined the party. Make sure you include your audio, GSR Hamilton. So 2 podiums in a row after dropping to Tier 2. I've got to say, first 2 races, first 2 podiums. Do you think a win was there at any point?
Yeah, I did think I could have won the first race. Just a bit unfortunate what happened to me because of a few penalties. And this sprint race, I reckon I could have had a win, but the XB1, he accidentally brake chased me into the sky, but no hate towards him. He didn't mean it. But overall, I think it was a good debut race for me.
I've got to say, Germany coming up for the next 2 races for the feature and sprint, and then Abu Dhabi in the finale. 2 tracks I've got to battle you with there before. So, how are you gonna feel and approach those 2 races?
I feel as though I'm gonna approach Germany like quite aggressively just to see whereabouts I place in the feature race, and then in the sprint race, I'm gonna take it a bit more conservatively because of what happens to me today.
So 3 races left in the season. You made a first tier 1 start, or excuse me. Oh my God, I don't even know what I'm like on, but tier 2 start. Was it a better race than you thought it would be? And how did you do with the rain coming into play? How did you feel like you did?
I think I did do very well and cope. The rain, I didn't think it was going to come as early as it did, but during the first stint, I managed to keep the car on the track. During the second stint, I almost lost it a few times, which could have cost me second place, but it didn't, and hopefully it's a better race in Germany next week, because I'm aiming for the win.
Alright, so you won on track in Italy in the feature race. Riles clinched the championship. Now, there's still a chance of second in points for you. Do you feel like you can at least get in that top 5 in points by the end of Abu Dhabi?
I reckon I would be able to get in the top 5 if I perform well in these final 3 races of the season.
Alrighty. Well, thank you for your time, GSR Hamilton, and I'm just going to wrap the stream up right now by saying that, once again, Italy, tomorrow for Tier 1, 5 p.m. UK time, 12 p.m. Eastern. It could rain, who knows? We'll just have to figure it out by the time it comes. So, Germany is next week too for Tier 2, 12 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. UK. What could we see there? Obviously, 3 races left for Tier 2 and 3 races left for Tier 1. What are we gonna see? Rapalucas still has that championship closer and closer to me. It's gonna happen, but we've seen such a competitive season in Tier 1, so who knows what will happen tomorrow. Tier 2, maybe not as much, but we've seen the competition go back and forth between wins and other drivers. That was pretty interesting, I gotta say. Bama, I think you liked that commentating for this one, and I think that's a pleasure to watch Riles win the championship in front of you and for you as team leader. So that's really all I gotta say. It's really all about it. So make sure you still check out the YouTube channel, check out the Instagram, and check out the Mixer, and make sure you follow if you've not already. And regardless, you probably will see a great race tomorrow. We will see you then for Tier 1 tomorrow.